What's up, everybody? Tommy Holt Jr. here, man. And as you can see, I am in the bed because this video is all about the four secrets of how you can make money from your bed and how you can do this. And if you stay to the end, this is not going to be a long video. You stay to the end, we're going to give you a free gift just from watching this video. So I appreciate you doing that. Number one, I really wanted to talk about this because a lot of people ask, man, how do you live the certain lifestyle that you live in a certain spot that you live in? And I don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle of driving back and forth to work like people are doing right now. And I'm quite sure a lot of you guys are looking for that type of freedom. So I wanted to create a video to show you about that. Before I get into that though, to get into those four secrets, I really wanted to tell you how I came about these secrets. You see, so when I first started, I was, pretty much spent my whole working career working for someone else. I was in the military, I was in the Army and Coast Guard, and then I joined the City of Miami Police Department, where I was a police officer. And just like some of you may have experienced before, I thought that those government jobs equaled a stable paycheck, and unfortunately they didn't. So for me, what happened is I walked into work one day and they said that, hey, essentially you're going to be receiving a 25% pay cut, or then the 170 or so officers were going to get fired, and my name was on that list. So they conceded, the group conceded, our police department conceded, and I was able to keep my job, but I took a pretty hefty pay cut, and that really started to make me search for different things. And on that search, I found so many people that were quote-unquote gurus that were going to lead me to the promised land. I don't know if that sounds like anything that you've been experiencing, but I paid thousands of dollars to these companies and to these people that said they were going to teach me how to be an entrepreneur and how to live this type of lifestyle that I'm currently living. And what I found is that a lot of these people were just snake oil salesmen. They were just giving you and promising you something that really wasn't true, that they really couldn't fulfill. Until I found one guy that was very, very sincere, and he really kind of took me by the hand and showed me step by step what to do. And so I've been doing that now, and things have grown, and now I've gotten to things that I just never thought of, and that's really how this whole thing came about. So with that in mind, I really want to break down real briefly how the four pillars of how this happened. Number one is through wholesaling. Now, some of you guys have heard wholesaling, or maybe you haven't. Wholesaling real estate is very simple. We're not going to overcomplicate this thing. Basically what this is nothing more than just being the matchmaker of real estate. All I'm doing is I'm finding motivated sellers. These are people that, for whatever reason, maybe they need to sell because they're going through a divorce, or maybe they're about to, they're in pre-foreclosure, or maybe it's a tax sale that's about to come up. They have an impending date on when their house is literally going to be sold on the courthouse steps, and they need to get rid of this property. They need to sell this property for a deep discount. Now, my job as a wholesaler is to find those individuals and help them through that process. So they need to sell, and they need to sell at a low price. Now, on the other end, I also know how to find people who have cash, people who can purchase properties quickly, and they have 50, 100, 200, maybe even $300 to $500,000 just sitting in an account waiting for me to find properties for them. So they have the money, the other individual has the house that they want to sell at a discount, and I match those two. That's wholesaling. So that is the thing that kicked it all off for me. That got the wheels spinning and said, hey, this real estate thing is not going anywhere. We are not creating any more land. We just need to find out better uses for it, and we're going to pass that wealth on to certain individuals. So that's secret number one, is wholesaling. We're going to talk about in depth about how to do those things. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Secret number two, now that you're making this money, and in wholesaling you can make either 5, 10, you can make 20, even sometimes $30,000 on one wholesale deal. When you have that money, what do you do with it? Of course, you want to reinvest it back into your business, and I can show you a little bit more about how to do that. But one of the other ways that I wanted to reinvest in it is reinvest into myself personally. You see, I was watching an interview of someone who was making about $500,000 a month, and this individual was asked very directly, very pointedly, do you make more money off of your actual business or your brand? So do you make money off of the day-to-day stuff that you do, right? Or do you make more money off of your brand? And he said quickly, Oh, for sure, I make more money off of my brand. Brand is so key. You have to have a rock solid brand. When people see you, when people see your name, when they see your videos, when they see your marketing, they have to automatically associate you with something good or something bad, something that they want or something that they don't want, someone that can help them or someone who can't help them. And if you are providing value to people and it's being seen and people know you for a positive brand, someone that they want to do business with, when the time comes, they will reach out to you. So why not invest in learning how to do that? So that's exactly what I did. I took some of my earnings and I sought out professional advice and people who did this and built brands from scratch. I didn't want somebody who was already working for a high-level brand. I wanted to know someone who started off in my position, who didn't have any money, who wasn't uber successful, who wasn't born with the silver spoon in my mouth. Someone who started from the bottom and now they're there, right? I wanted someone like that could teach me and walk me through how to build a brand. And so I sought out that advice, and I found someone who was able to help me go from 2,000 followers roughly, and I'm somewhere around 22,000 around right now. But more importantly than the number is that what people associate me with. There's a lot of people that have large followings, but are they really associated with good things? Things that you would bring value to you, where you would want to exchange money for whatever they're giving to you. That is the key. So building brand is huge. That's secret number 2. Get a skill number 1, wholesaling, then build your brand learn off of that skill by helping others. That's secret number 2. Secret number 3 is now I got this brand going. Guess what? I need to get some reoccurring income. Wholesaling is awesome because you can make, let's say average one is about $10,000. Your average flip or average wholesale deal is going to be $10K. You're going to put $10,000 in your bank account. You could do that once a month. You're making some decent money. Now, the only thing about that is that you have to do that. Once I get that check, I put it in my bank account, I pay bills, I live a life, that money's gone, right? I need money that's constantly coming in. And this is secret number 3. This one's super simple. This one is Airbnb, or what I call short-term rentals. Short-term rentals are extremely easy to get into, okay? But there are some processes and some steps that you need to be made aware of so that you can actually effectively run your business from your laptop, sitting right here in your bed. These are all things that I want you to be able to do from home or on the road, or if you don't want to be in your bed, you want to go to Fiji, and as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can run these businesses, right? So I want to show you how to do that. Airbnb, short-term rentals, HomeAway, VRBO, all these things and a lot more are available to you. These are assets that are just sitting there right there that you can use, that you can implement in your business and in your life to create the lifestyle that you and your family deserve. So going back now, recapping, wholesale, made some money, then took that money, invested that money in learning how to build a brand, then took that money, now that brand is actually larger than the business. I have people coming to me, bringing me deals, then I ventured off into how do I get some reoccurring income, some money that's coming in where people are checking in and checking out of homes that I'm in control of, and I'm not actually having to do the work. The house is doing the work for me. They're paying me to stay in the house, just like you would stay in a hotel. So that's secret number 3. And then secret number 4, I connected with one of my earliest mentors, and he really broke down the game for me. He said, Tommy, listen, you can do this, you can do the Airbnbs, you can do the wholesaling, you can build your brand, but what about legacy? What about long-term wealth, right? Because when I'm doing the Airbnb, that Airbnb is attached to my name. If something was to happen to me, God forbid, how do I pass on that Airbnb to my kids? I can't. So he showed me how to raise large sums of money. I'm talking about millions of dollars to get yourself into 30, 50, 100 unit apartment complexes that is in your name, that you can hold on to, that you can will and send down to your kids. So raising capital is crucial. You need to know how to raise the money. It's going to take you a long time to save up. If you're just working class, going back and forth, making anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 a year, it would take you a long time to save up $2 million to get into a 35 or 40 unit apartment complex, right? But if you know how to position yourself, if you know the lingo, if you know the strategies and techniques, then you can put yourself in a position where you can raise money by providing value to other people, use their money to purchase properties, refinance out of those properties, pay those investors back, and you keep and hold on to the property, where you now have tenants that are paying you monthly income, month in and month out. How do you do that? There are ways to do that. You just need to know the steps. Listen, when I started off, I didn't know these things. Just like you're watching this video now, some of you might not even know that these things were available to you. But now at least you know. Now you just need to learn the specific techniques. There are a lot of them, but I guarantee you, if I can do this, right, I know for a fact that you can do this. If a kid from Plainfield, New Jersey can learn how to do this, right, just like me, then you can do the exact same thing. I am no smarter or better than you are. You just need to learn the techniques. Let me show you this. And as I promised you, I told you I was going to tell you the 4 secrets on how I can sit here in my bed and make money. Now I want to offer you something free. It's very simple. All I need you to do is go ahead and put your information down. All you're going to do is pick a time, answer a couple of quick questions, and we're going to give you a short 15-minute call on how do we set up your startup strategy. I want you to be able to learn this stuff. You need to learn this stuff. Your family deserves for you to learn this stuff, and it's all up to you. And that's what, we've taken all the risk out of it. It's just a free call. You're going to go ahead and put your information there, pick a time that you know that you can stick with. I want you to work with me, working to help you by you first taking the step of being strategic on this. Don't just go in there and just pick any time. Pick a time that you know that you're going to have good cell phone service, that you're going to be able to devote about 15 minutes to actually hearing and listening and taking in this information. So, I rambled on long enough. I hope I've given you enough value, enough incentive for you to go ahead and click that button down there and pick a time. I will see you and listen to you and hear from you on the call. Take care.